The Nicomachean Ethics of Aristotle.
Read and presented by George Pitropogiannakis.
Book 2, Chapter 3. Now, I can conceive a person perplexed as to the meaning of our statement that men must do just actions to become just, and those of self-mastery to acquire the habit of self-mastery. For, he would say, if men are doing the actions, they have the respective virtues already, just as men are grammarians or musicians when they do the actions of either art. May we not reply by saying that it is not so, even in the case of the arts referred to, because a man may produce something, grammatical either by chance or the suggestion of another, but then only will he be a grammarian when he not only produces something grammatical, but does so grammarian-wise, that is in virtue of the grammatical knowledge he himself possesses. Again, the cases of the arts and the virtues are not parallel, because those things which are produced by the arts have their excellence in themselves. And it is sufficient, therefore, that these, when produced, should be in a certain state. But those which are produced in the way of the virtues are, strictly speaking, actions of a certain kind, say, of justice or perfected self-mastery, not merely if in themselves they are in a certain state, but if also he who does them being himself in a certain state, first, if knowing what he is doing, next, if with deliberate preference, and with such preference for the thing's own sake, and thirdly, if being himself stable and unapt to change. Now, to constitute possession of the arts, these requisites are not reckoned in accepting the one point of knowledge, whereas for possession of the virtues, knowledge avails little or nothing, but the other requisites avail not a little, but in fact are all in all, and these requisites, as a matter of fact, do come from oftentimes doing the actions of justice and perfected self-mastery. The facts, it is true, are called by the names of these habits when they are such as the just or perfectly self-mastering man would do. But he is not in possession of the virtues who merely does these facts, but he who also so does them as the just and self-mastering do them. We are right then in saying that these virtues are formed in a man by his doing the actions, but no one, if he should leave them undone, would be even in the way to become a good man. Yet people in general do not perform these actions, but taking refuge in talk, they flatter themselves they are philosophizing, and that they will so be good men, acting in truth, very like those sick people who listen to the doctor with great attention, but do nothing that he tells them, just as these then cannot be well bodily under such a course of treatment, so neither can those be mentally by such philosophizing.